GoPro. Step up. Ow! Wow. If that isn't getting the blood flowing, nothing is. Ralph Lauren once said, a true leader has the vision and conviction that a dream can be achieved, and then inspires the power and energy to get it done. It is a privilege to bring to the stage someone who I guarantee you by the time she's done, you will also, like with Alex, be rocking with power and energy. But I will tell you, it is a story that the odds were so far against her being here. And that's why I've had the opportunity to introduce her to a stage earlier this year. When I first heard her story, it just took my breath. She's the daughter of immigrant parents from Jamaica and Panama. And early in life, she said I was on the right track. A+ student. Law school and my dreams and vision, that's where I was headed. Said in my late teens, or in my teens, I suddenly just got, on a different path. Started running with the wrong people. At 19, she got pregnant. By the age of 23, she had 5 children, 3 of whom she'd had to bury. Her first pregnancy were twins. They died at birth. She then had a son who is now today 23. And at 24, had another set of twins, one of whom passed away a month later. So law school was not the option. But she said, I didn't just want to trade myself for someone else. So she put herself through beauty school to take care of her children, became a hairstylist, started building a business, and the entrepreneurial spirit took hold. Her clients loved her because she's just filled with passion. But she started deciding, she said, I also want to do real estate. I'll do something. And real estate seemed like it. Kind of self-taught, started becoming very successful. In 2008, the bottom fell out. Real estate was no longer the option. And someone stopped by the salon and said, I've got something I want to talk to you about. And she said, wow, that seems to make sense. I need more time, but I need more money because I want to have more time with my kids. So she invited 26 clients. They all showed up, presented this product that she said she wanted to benefit from as well, sold $2,000 right there in her salon, and the bug was planted and there was no turning back. She took off. In her first full year, the next year she made $1 million. But as she said, it was all passion. It was ignorance on fire. I didn't know anything about business, didn't know anything about leadership. Just kept going and blowing. And she was charged and on her way, but didn't realize the company wasn't as sound as it should have been. Company started to fail. And so she had to look a different direction. But she said, I realize now I need to know more. Because after all that success, because she didn't understand certain principles, she ended up with an IRS tax lien of $50,000. But she still had children to take care of. And that's when she realized it's about personal development. And she started studying leadership and leadership development. In her company today, after 5 years, she is a 7-figure earner. She'll do that 3 times this year alone. Her team has done over $75 million in sales just so far. But more importantly, it's how she is empowering her team to follow in her footsteps, that regardless of the challenges you face, if your determination, will, and heart are big enough, there's nothing that will stop you from going all the way. Ladies and gentlemen, please bring to the GoPro stage, Nicola Smith Jackson!
Got money on my mind, I can never get enough. And every time I step up in the building, everybody hands go up. And they stay there, and they say yeah, and they say there. Cause all I do is win. And if you going in, put your hands in the air, make them stay there.
Whoa! GoPro! Yes! Yes! How y'all doing on tonight? Woo! If you're ready to win big, and you're ready to win big now, say yes. That's what I'm talking about. Listen, I know a lot of you all, especially all of you all out there, working hard and you're not winning. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Working hard, but you're not winning. I know exactly how you feel. Thank you so much. I gotta give all honor to God. Let me tell you something. I'm a mess without God. I'm nothing without him. I am nothing without him. I also want to give thanks to Eric and Marina Worry for having me here. I don't even know how I got here. It could be only but God who make your name great. It's my first time here at GoPro, so to be on stage, I know that's a blessing. I want to give thanks and honor to my husband, my Boaz. I can tell you something, baby. Oh my gosh. What your dad meant when he married us in my mother's home. Who would have known that this is what it would be? And I want to give it up to my team. I want to give it up to my team. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I'm just here to help somebody. Anybody need some help in the room? Anybody need some help? Anybody want to be able to say that when I leave out of here, I need to see some change next week. I need to see some change next month. I need to be down, these people up here, I need to be down here next year. Is that you? Is that you? Okay. Well, then I need to talk to you about something about how to explode your business with everyday conversations. I know you heard a lot of people share a lot of powerful information, and I'm grateful. I've been taking notes. I remain a student. Whenever you stop learning, you're dying. And you want to always stay learning. But let me tell you something. You never want to abandon what you know work. I'm about to share with you how I've made the millions of dollars I've earned, but it has to happen only with people. If you don't like people, you ain't going to win. You don't like people, you're not going to win. I hear how many people say they don't want to do this. They don't want to do parties. They don't want to do this. They don't want to do that. But you say you want to win. You got to decide now which one is it. Right, Amon? You got to decide which one is it. So, I'm not going to go deep into my story more, but I just need you guys to know when you're talking about this single mom, when I was that single mom, hairstylist, overworked. I can remember going to the salon right before we had our last baby. He's 10 now. And I could remember getting up to the top of the stairs and boo-hoo crying, saying, Lord, there has to be more. There has to be more. And I am telling you right now, there's no way I knew that this little baby right here, that's my mom, that's not me. That's my mom, that's not me. That's me in the arm of my mom. No one could have told me that after me being counted out all the time, the story sounds all glorious, but it was hard. It was hard being a single mom. It was hard going into 2 prisons, taking my children to see their fathers. It was hard being the talk of the town. It was hard being the person that they just knew was not going to win. And this is why I'm so passionate to help people win, because I know there are a lot of people that have had brokenness and they came to network marketing looking for more than just a check. Is that right? And so it can't just be about checks. Of course, checks is the byproduct of leading with heart and not head. I don't go into all of the fancy stuff. I got to keep this real simple for you. I prayed this prayer right here. I wanted more time with God. I wanted more time with my kids. I wanted more energy to do wifely duties. And I wanted more, listen, I was married. If you don't know what that is, you ain't doing that and you married, then you ain't gonna be married too long. More money, and I didn't want to have to worry about money. But I wanted to do it from home. I didn't know. You start looking at my family, this is what we do it for. Now I'm a grandma. Grandmas look different nowadays, don't they? You see my baby right there? The 1-year-old taking the pacifier from the 3-month-old. Me and my baby there, and that's my 10-year-old. He is the reason we started. That was who I was pregnant with when I went up to the top of those stairs and I was crying and I just wanted more time, but I didn't know that my prayer was network marketing. A lot of people will turn what a blessing is into a curse and a curse into a blessing. I didn't know I was praying for network marketing because no one was able to tell me what network marketing was. And this is what I want to share with you is what I learned. I learned that it was all about conversation. I was a hairstylist for 20 years. I was able to hear the needs, the good, bad, and ugly of women. It would get real good, to get bad, and it get real ugly. But I found out one thing. People just want to be loved and supported. Many of us, we're making that too hard. We're thinking that it's all about all of the scripts or what have you. If you really were coming from the heart and not the head, you'd know what to say. And this is what I want to share with you guys. I want to talk to you about how we made our millions. They call PBRs. I didn't learn about network marketing from some fancy whatever things that we have now. I use them now, but that's not where I started. It's 2 companies I've built, and both of them multi-million-dollar companies, and both of them started with a conversation. Are you guys interested? I can't hear you because high energy equal high income. Okay, and so we're going to talk about what is a PBR, reasons why you should do it, where you can do them, how to conduct it, and what can it mean for you and your team. I am results driven. I'm results driven. Not just because we are higher earners means that our time is more valuable than yours. 24 hours. God has no respect of person. Everyone gets 24 hours. You might have been in the bleachers. Listen, it would have been 10 years ago. I would have been up there. So I need you to hear me what we're about to say, because I need you to go out here and go crush it for 2019. First and foremost, crushing it for 2019. Start crushing it now. Y'all hear me? All right, so let's talk about what is a PBR. It's a private business reception. You want to have planned, structured conversations rather than all these presentations. Have conversations where you already know what the outcome is going to lead to. People say, oh, I hear a no. A no does not necessarily mean a no. It could be a not yet. It could be who else do you know? A no is never a no. You need to ask who else do you know, and you need to keep doing what you're doing, and then it'll become a not yet. So now here's some reasons why you need to do it. I need to know who would like some real self-sufficient, competent, and confident leaders on your team. Say yes. You really want that? Well, you got to start by being one yourself. You have to realize that majority of the people that come into network marketing, they are going from being an employee to an entrepreneur. We think just because they signed on the dotted line or they paid their money, they automatically became a business owner. We don't just teach leadership, we move leadership into ownership. And so if you're training people to be an owner, not just a leader or not just a distributor or not just a person on your team, now we can have a cooperative build. Does that make sense? So that means you got to get people started right and get them started right away. Now, here are a few reasons why you need to be doing private business receptions. First and foremost, you can build your business into your lifestyle. So if I'm taking you from being an employee to an entrepreneur, and I all of a sudden tell you, shut off everything you've been doing, everything you know, and I need you to now go ahead and go get it. Is that realistic? So what you need to realize, because I've been an entrepreneur my entire life, I'm unemployable, not even Publix hired me. So I know what goes into the mindset of getting up without anyone having to tell you, doing what you need to do without someone having to push you, how to become self-motivated. That is a process in itself. So whatever we're doing with people, when we get them started, we have to give them something they can do now. Say now. Okay, so now you want to also know that there's short meetings. Listen, anyone can do it who wants to do it, so there's no excuses. Anyone who wants to do it can do a private business reception. I need to know who want to make some money. That sound weak. Let me tell you something. You're not doing it for me. I think that Curtis already told you that I know how to make money. The energy is for you. That low energy is not going to attract you the money you want. I need to know who wants to make some money. Okay, so now, listen, PBRs is going to also help you implement your daily method of operation. Remember, we're taking people from employee to entrepreneur. So they got to start doing something daily that now will lead them into bigger work ethic or a stronger work ethic. And let me tell you another reason why you want to do them, because they work. A lot of people want to say, well, I just want to build online. Let's think about it for a moment. How many people would love to be supported by their upline leader? How many people would love to at least time, get on the phone and talk to somebody that'll help you. So if that's what you want, then why don't you want to give it? Are we talking some common sense today? Sometimes it ain't that common. Let me tell you something. What you want is what you need to give. How about keeping it that simple? Everybody want to get up close and personal at some point in time. You hear our leaders that came and how they'll be like, oh, wow, I love you, I love you. That's because the touch. That's because they know I really care. That's because they're not just a dollar to me. I really care about their families just like I showed you mine. And so what you want to know is that there are a few places you can hold them. I know people are like, I don't like home meetings. Let's tell the truth. Who don't like home meetings? Oh, y'all scared to raise your hand now. Good, you learn early. Listen. PBRs can be held anywhere. You just want to control the environment. It can be anywhere. It's a private business reception. Guess what? We celebrating when you join. We celebrating when you give us some more people that can possibly join. We're celebrating just because we met you. We had a good conversation. I can't tell you how many people have not joined my business, but then they send me business. That happens through the private business receptions. But listen, you want to do it, but you don't want to do it in a place like this where everybody yelling and all this stuff, loud music and all this kind of stuff. You don't want to do it like that. You want to do it. Wait a minute, where my bae at? Where my bae? I don't know. Where she at? I had a little thing for you. I don't know. She ain't show up. You want to do it in a place where you can control the environment, like at your home. I can tell you something. Sometimes my husband and I would do PBRs that have grown to as much as 300 people in our home. It didn't start out like that. I got a young lady over there called Mama Jean. She came to our basement in our home, and it was just her and her 5 family members. The same basement we fill up with 300 people. And so this is what I want you to know. You can do it at coffee shops. You can do it at restaurants. You can do it in hotel lobbies. But guess what? You can do it virtually anywhere. Zoom meetings, I love them. You can do it right from your phone. We can meet you and have a conversation right from your phone. You can do webinars. You can do dorm rooms, and you can do conference calls. Let me tell you something. Those conference calls and webinars, we launch people all the time with those. And guess what? We could do a party, and we can have people in 5 to 6 different states on a line at one time. Do y'all hear that? For y'all to say leverage. All right, you ain't talking no wealth if you ain't talking about leverage. Here's some of my teams doing some PBRs. They gonna miss Celeste. Look at that. That PBR right there was at Papados. All I had to do was buy him some crawfish. And that's a gentleman right there that was the first African-American to own a Denny's restaurant. The young lady is a huge radio personality, and the crawfish work, they in. PBR. My favorites are at our home. Why? I love doing them at home. I love doing the Zooms, but guess I don't want to leave the house. I do not look like this at home. I know my baby, he is happy when I come out in the street, ain't it? They get dressed. You like, are you going to comb your hair down? No. That's part of freedom. That's part of freedom. That was part of my dream, to look a hot mess and make money. How about that? How to conduct a PBR. Keep it simple, somebody. This is how you do it. You want to keep it simple. Keep it simple. Say, keep it simple. All right, so this is what we're going to do here. Get prepared. Small preparation. There's a little checklist. If you're doing it at home, maybe you want to have a little small, like little music. You want to have your company video. I love the videos because they'll tell the whole story the right way all the time. You don't have to know anything to play your company video. All you got to know is press play. Anybody can press play? Can you press play? Okay, so if you can press play, then you could do a PBR. Okay? Or you could do a one-sheet overview. I love it. Our team came together, and they brought us this thing. We used to do like flip charts and all these things. And they came with a one-sheet overview that you can hand out, and you just go over a few points, and bam. Few questions. You got to have your sign-up agreements in your website. How many people don't have a website? They fumbling for their website. Isn't that so simple? But you want to make money. Be prepared. Know your information to people. You got to go in with the right intention. You going in saying, I know I'm going to close. And then also you want to make sure that your phones are silent. You don't want no interruptions, and you need testimonials. Now that has been the biggest thing to close the most people for us is the testimonies. I can tell you, how do we make our first $1 million? Testimonies. I didn't even know much about comp plan or anything. Ignorance on fire was for real. All we knew about is, all I know is this. This person started this way, now they ended this way. You in? Believe it or not, when we start doing more information, people start having to think. We want them to stay in the right brain. So the testimonies keep them in the right brain, creative, seeing hope, seeing opportunities for themselves. We start getting too smart. They're like, okay, I'm not too smart. So I don't want you to be too much smarter than me because I think you're going to get over on me. So why don't we keep it very simple and just tell some stories? And I need you to know this. You want some 5 closing questions. There's a one-sheet overview right there. Hey, take a snapshot of this. You could create one for your company. We have it. We use it. It's powerful. Guess what? We stay on track on our calls. 15 minutes tops. We done. Can you imagine how many people could you put on a call and close them in 15 minutes and ask these questions right here? Take a picture of these questions. I got to get to some numbers for you. You want some numbers? Do you want some numbers? All right now, so 5-question close. You're going to ask me what stood out the most? Tell me more about that. These are conversation starters. This is not a script. This is for you to get to know what is it. Do you realize that every prospect tells you exactly what you need to know to close them, but you're not listening? So the conversation will, okay, yeah, well, you know what, I understand that. Now you're going to match and mirror with them, and you want to ask them after that. You find out why they need more about it. They're going to tell you why they need to make more money. They're going to tell you why they need more time. They're going to tell you what is just frustrating them. They're going to tell you what they are not able to do right now for their children. And then now you're going to ask them, you match and mirror, say, I understand that. Maybe you come up with another story that you know that's similar. And then you ask them, let me ask you this question. Are you coachable? Who's going to say, no, I'm not coachable? After you tell me you coachable, that means when I tell you it's time to go. Typically when people say what you just said, they're ready to go. They want to know why I close so many people, because I get to know them. And then guess what? I don't just drop them afterwards. I still build with them. And now I know their why. You know how they be like, I need your why to make you cry. I find out the why in the 5-question close. They don't have to now go and create it, because do you know that some people, these questions open them up, and then when you turn around and ask them for their why, it shuts down? Have you ever heard people had a problem writing down what is their why? Because it's so painful. So if you ask those questions and now you get to know exactly what it is they want, what are their desires, and you let them know that I'm with you. You let them know, yes, we're going to do this together. People will wonder, how do we grow so many just self-motivated team members? Because they care, and there's a mandate in our team for them to care. Anytime a leader in my team begins to make it where it's all about money, they got to get their coat pulled. They got to get checked. I don't care if they like it or they don't like it, because I know that's destruction. The moment they forget it's about people, the moment they forget that it's about serving people, the moment they forget that it's not about them, it's not about their egos, it's not about how much money you have, I already know you're going down. It's not if, it's when. So you want to keep it all the time about people. You keep it about people. The 5-question close will now create some relationships in your team. I can't tell you how many 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock calls I have for prayer. You say, that's beyond the call of duty. That's because you don't think it's your assignment. This is what it can mean for you. PBRs, private business receptions. You could call it whatever you want to call it. They got all kind of fancy names for it. We talking about some people that you're talking to. You good with that? How many people, when I say How many people want this? And if you want this in your team, you've got to say yes. You got to make the universe know that you're shaking down the house. We in an arena where they be fighting up here, don't they? It's a lot of energy on this stage. You guys got to return that energy. It's a lot of money that's made on this stage, isn't it? Oh my gosh, you guys don't even know about positioning. You need to have some gratitude right now. How many people want more independent leaders? How many people want more effective presenters? More daily activity? More sales volume? You want folk to duplicate for real? More promotions? More people at your live events? How are you going to get them to a live event where everything you did was cyber? You program people to what is expected. That's why there has to be a combination. You want your company convention to be packed out, but you told them they ain't have to leave their house for nothing. Am I talking real talk? All right, Armand, right? We talking real talk. How many people want more winners than whiners? That sounds like it's some whiners out there. How many people want more winners than whiners? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Imagine if your team were doing PBRs every single day. Now you're talking about pajama money. Everybody doing a little bit. If the masses can't do it, it ain't going to make a lot of money. If the masses cannot do it, it's not going to make you a lot of money. Let me tell you something. PBRs don't require any learning curve. We're going to get ready and we're going to launch you tomorrow. Because people don't have to leave their house. All they got to do is get on the phone, click a Zoom, click a link. And we on it. We're going to get you your first check. We're going to get you your first win. We have a formula, the 5-5-5 formula. Watch this right here. 5 people daily, 5 times a week, 5 question close. Let's look at your reps. If it's just you and you got 15 people in front of a PBR, you closing 5 people. 2 people doing it, you closing 10 people. 4 people doing it, you closing 20 people. 8 people doing it, you closing 40 people. Now watch this. 16 people doing it, you closing 80 people, 32, 160, 64, 320 people. You can choose how fast or how slow you want to go. In network marketing, we have the opportunity to write our own check, and if we have that opportunity, we need to write it what, team? Big. If you get the opportunity to write your own check, family, what y'all gonna do? Write it what? Big. That's good. Y'all some good learners. We're going to get y'all down here on this floor here. 128, you get 640 people in your team. I need you to know, what do that mean for you?
I don't really need a leader. Roll it back, need a sub. I got
What you going to get? What's going to happen?
I got
money. I can't tell. Let's get up, babies. Let's go. All right, Armand, let's hit it. Let's go. Who's ready to win now? Y'all ready? You ready? You ready? Wait a minute, it took a while to get that.
I need a jet.
I need you to say something for me.
I got a baby.
Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Hold on. It took us a while to get that clip of Cardi B without no cussing. My team worked very hard on that, but I need to ask you this question right here. If you really believe that it's your time now, I need you to give a roar like never before. Let me tell you why. Because when you have this type of energy in the room where people are going in the same direction, a lot of people don't understand energy. They don't understand the power of agreement. And let me tell you something. One can put 1,000, 10 can put 10,000 afloat. We're talking about fear. We're talking about poverty. We're talking about all the things that you are struggling with right now. We are talking about people who are standing in agreement for you to win big, for you and your family. You're not just a number. You represent hundreds of thousands of other people. And so if you are saying that right now it's your time, I need you to say it from your belly. You've been saying it from here. You too shallow. You need to say it from your belly. That's how I screamed out to God. I needed something bigger in my life. And that's how this is the result. So I need you to say, when they say, it's my time, I need you to say, it's my time. And I need you to say, it's my time now. We're going to do it on 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's my time now. Listen, I need us to do it one more time. Because we're talking about now faith. We ain't talking about tomorrow. We ain't talking about next week. We're talking about now faith. I need you to say, it's my time now. It's my time now. No, I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it. I didn't feel it's too many of y'all for me not to be shaking right now. I need y'all to say, it's my time now. I love you, go pro.
I don't really need a D, I need a hold up back, need a Hey! Bustin' out the roof. I got bands in the coop. Touch me, I'll shoot. Bow, shake a little.
Mr. Nicola Smith Jackson!
Get a little cash. Shake it real fast, get a little more. I got bands in the coop.
Oh, here we go. All together as a team. Oh, come on. Oh, yes. Go, pro.